sir 11 wonders coach your friend say Jay Sapon di dwumadi ne de man no sir me kan ye pa and the 2 weeks simple I think ono a confirm so about 2 matches at the 11 wonders for no yankote a opani so dwumadi no ode ato ontimi ento so biem emfama 11 wonders na nensam no baby a ayam ya na ema raho mimi obi a ya me mpese metie one sided na se wa conclude asem no ka wuti ha no wati ha no hu se de obesi aka won nsem no ifa sa wuti eje support nsem na o kana asefem eya na enkansam pamfam ma ye league na ye bo titiriw ani team my film say 11 wonders na de kan kra no oche reason tia obeje dwumade no na anche just 2 matches per and oboma 11 wonders now also on to dwumade no so biem as a coach at the moment ochechire mu reason tia a man no resign yentie bi na de me se eno na yam ya ema me kan wasem no yam bo no na afei Ayala ene Fiifi man for the mram na yenchira adwen emfa unti on wire resign yentie bi
I bought 2 games officially 2 games. The main reason is just not to rough up anything. No, and say people think that one team no any good team, but from our observation, no, I could see that they lack something. One team no one the team is good, but who are someone say I don't know that was sad. I the positive lapses. Say who didn't go that a ball, not say who may motivated coach, you know, a baby was on the field of training, no, they will play well, but come go back and so I know ball. The better activity and the bobby credit and coaching you lose concentration, you lose the match.
Okay, it's a coach Jay Sapon and in church mundina and say I say ono oye coach said bubu no ho on pese china ye be kan na Jay Sapon abeje 11 wonders edom call relegation so on pese obi be gina baby no be kan sem no na ebi ana nipa kro no kra onim de e koso otim na o say ono de se coaches na bana omukọ no to mu ntimi nkon de obeka o say players no sebi obini ball papa na de ma players no no gidi e se omugina park ni so asa adwen no ayemienu ani se sebi sika krom de beto aduane adi ebi ni ho ye mo aduane mpo no madi eti player no gina park ni so na ball na obo no o sebi san ho questions se na boy ekura mi bo wia aduane ban ana me kwa kodi I say 11 wonders players no mini ball pa na ono de okoso team ade ba kwa say a problem pa no administrative lapses akwanya empenifo faso handle team no and na problem tia ama ene 11 wonders boboku no enema enkwe now bomb na otoye no eni
okay man there's something that has caught it up. I wouldn't like to waste my time there and then in the long run we'll be just as you could support the team called relegation. But I say for the little observation now but within the 2 weeks you've not been paid for some time and I'm also I am with the brown crown and regular and my last year that physically was the cause. Say for 3 days they have not eaten. But as a team, I will match. Now, sometimes 2 weeks now, I break it down. They have to take throttle and then stay at the behind the Kufos area. By taking a throttle down. You know, a whole lot. When your coach, when you want to win with that, you say, so the management must support you. But I say, so they're darling and so let them support you. So they are, because I don't want more very high.
Okay. I know your coach. Jay Sapon and Odesan Komi at the 2 year Nhyira Sempa 94.7 and him ala baby how many and the amount of no mean to me can say I try and 11 wonders for the bidding come na yet see almost side of the story Nanka Yabesi who say a seminar coach cano because this is serious. Say player of both Premier League. Say 3 days that aduania. I say team to provide the ASR player no. Yamfa Emma and Ayala minu nyina him say. Ya start league through aya ban any FA. Omutimi nyasika club bi anya 1 million Ghana cedis. The man clubs is a mun find 3 players no more ball. This is serious.
You see, I say assembly wana unya adansia
uchebi
utwa asem no hu bi na de dance. Rich, yeah, some judgment in here. Enti ye twe mutan ya ye local league ni ehwe pa. Adia e ma me hu se Jay Sapon is on the path of the truth. And the first comment because enyo no and a ma me hu sa de no me ankasa so me observation that is what I see then I make one some Rich so what 11 wonders for so mo bobo you could see so many money bo pa se o so we baby o mu dano ne o share o mu dana wo te o mu wini match cuz ani o masapa but when you watch them the day I will show money, they will give you a different impression. But Rich, Omubaba Born said they can't win games. And I think that is where the extra motivation, you know, is lacking. No? Enti, me talent, you know. Born minimbo. Nemu no, semi koshia obia. Our motivation chimia or this hard in the bubble man. Ye chianeka. What did he?
To bass about
yes, channel. What faka papa naba. What that hotel papa.
Was it blessed no fruit short? Was
it because bass is never holding I break it down. Now, and in this America say, Ucha, some who be the Ayala dance here. That is where a mommy who say Jay is upon. Our basics to say whatever because I also watch the team and I can see say on the raw way no almost there but they lack BB and a coach they say Ayala do omo lack na wo ka no ay motivation na and it's how no man getting now Rich me big problem here yenya shahan and ka say we don't know the people behind 11 wonders now. Omomoye behind 11 wonders were the same people that were behind Lagos Cities last season.
Now
you see, that is where the problem is. So, Rich, as a group, Mukuta Lagos Cities, more problems you had with Coach Parkwasi Fabian. And the science and yeah discuss concerning player motivation and player welfare. And the money in them one muko relegation. Now wait, muko relegation no. Then rumor see Lagos Cities for CEO. Now they want to come back into the Premier League by buying a club in the Premier League. Yes, Team Yana Mubo last is ya more struggle to keep up with the Premier League. Motivation, you know, Sikana free here no manya. Money go to a different Premier League team and come back. What has changed? Yeah, they are so to from Monsieur. Team Ra Richard Atiko. Now our problem is in getting Kitibi financially. And now all those has been cleared. Yato Abampamano as Council of Elder. The person who is handling the club. Rich, in our political dispensation or your Council of Elder. Oh, Krumwa. Masama mi bisana say, Rich, and he for no munye sika to go to Nana to go and purchase 11 wonders. Efini nsem sa sika no omunya wen na sa wo sika ye de koto Premier League club
then I will try
then adet na koto club na wie no na uni sika a wo de bobo club no hombra how
and 1 million na de mo de yede
hokwa de Africa na mbese me ba ho
asem
me nim se na make what you say
ma to ase ba
oh me se me de ba your street this one Rich me ti hey me yusu Mr. Bushi Outlander. Kano mintimi nya maintenance. Afe matena ha makana engine abo. Kana ajerega mintimi biem. Rich. Kana ajerega ya afe aya condemn wo magazine. Oh, one of my catch or so. Na me sika samu nkoye ba say there. Ma start picking to me koto Benz.
From distribution.
Me be say me cheap Benz because me say me maintaining my class. Then you tell me say now who cheap motivation now who this guy dey maintain you. I'm sure they be say they be sika samu here. Na Benz no come say baby bank na o ma me loan abema koto no. O say me tokro o say abetimi ama me maintenance sika bi kwa won chem nti me motivate say me koto. Rich say me koto Benz no. Now for the bia Benz na mintimi fan ko silver star yi. Mintimi nya maintenance, mintimi to fuola. What will you tell me? That is what is happening 11 wonders. You went to relegation with Lagos Cities, but you had money to go and buy another club in the Premier League. Who go to team you know? When somebody yet no Rich. Okay, there. Kate Edebeto social media say club beer account has been accredited 1 million. Emma Mekacho say me adia hu hia me enye sika na clubs na nya no eya abrabo mo bebo e wo league nim se ne be ya 1 million no will become 2-3 million the next season. And for so dia o me de sa sika ne be ye to grow the attractiveness of the league. Se ne be ya be attractive more investment and no one na me hwe. Now Rich so what in komo ya je isapo edia
enye kra wo
tio enye enye potential investors o even omo invest there o sisi Rich so we bia now what to say you've gone through the sweat ayi sika ade ama Premier League ni say munyina mo na nya akono Rich what story be say how will you feel?
What's your that lam there?
How will you feel?
And then of course we tune move.
And from Adisa production, any whoever engineered this 1 million per club no, which so Obumpuno will not feel proud of their investment with this story. How do you attract others on motion? That is the problem. And only because of the political nature of your football, the issue of standards, issue of fit for purpose. Who can be bria? Now, obia usu more than they breathed. Because I can yes, I rich. There should be NCCA. Ebe make sure say investment in a league anymore. Either investment in a TB purposely for player welfare. Another investment, there will be a monitoring system. Ebe make sure say investment ever called the right architect of the game.
I support the second one.
Na se went me anya. And Cassandra I was say about say only fit for purpose to play in the Premier League no. Say weapon we can't crack it because of the political nature of our football. Into for instance, will we say there's a standard here. Say the young and in Guasia to your RTU last season. I was say players are money registered who league name as a poto. And in Guasia to ye when we had Klaus Bia, players could come on air to say command the yama ye the girls need to change their bets and it's animal. Rich, we are not ready to solve those problems because of the political nature of our football. Because when say your resolution will be say any free negro say only fit for purpose. League nibi. The moment you get to that level, so Rich, then we vote on with this person. See, that is the fix that we are in. You are creating paradox. And you need no you're shifty. Sad.
Over 1 million Ghana cedis. All players in Yedianini. And are the Premier League. Not Division 1, not Division 2. Premier League.
Yeah, Elite League of Ghana.
Nah. This is unacceptable. Before I know them, I remember former coach or no on the Quansana, Jay Zapon. And so, but team, would you tea or that lamp tea?
I'm not sure, and say senior like James Zapon about the Catanide. If once our bandits or no about the Cadia, Zenka, mobile furniture, because you see sometimes people like us, excuse me, that's why I decided to keep mute. Say, born Amama, sometimes people like this, it's something like this, no, it hurts more on, I prefer to stay mute. Oh, so the need that ten the boy. I mean, maybe by coming the SAT, I change it up on the I hope say better because sometimes I feel for the boy.
Okay. Also, no, then now no. Before Jay is up on vegetable was or castle or can. Jay is up on the no can and grand dear gra.
Which
and you may cause you to move.
Which in all this, and then a GFA in here. In all this, what is the general sporting approach to this, even from sports ministry perspective? Also from labor perspective, that's the general government's point of view. Because ultimately, employer will be some people bomb out. Yes, I know. This is factual trust. The conditions are there. And what you see, but me can't say the Ghanaian employer is not to do something. Man, never be say be brave. Be for moody. Which football, it is just a small ecosystem of the general Ghanaian outlook. Ghanaian employers, not giving the due to the people who work for them. And then you're born a lot of offices people don't get.
Can I say because
people him say the way or that tell him to call you. Edi hamende na sana je isa bomba. Anche obu for me ba.
Jay is up on credit or no, I was in the phone kind of friend. And I make a down for be. And I so my men come what you know.
Fiifi can also be from Baba. Okay, say the air cosono. Yeah, quite a chimum from Jay's up on your call that day. So, Yanipa was if able to come he handled the same people's team last year. Young friend, let's see, and some of the cat. You're a baby, so baby, you so, see, the problem is that anymore. Would the young go back? The problem is that the average Ghanaian employer. Inyaya obonim so before beba into obeye, and it is because the Ministry of Employment, the Labor Commission, we don't enforce some of these things. Sir, you didn't go for bebreo in your bonkwa, and I'll be do bonim. But you see, I agree 100%. Maybe the GFA has to set up regardless of the political issues. No, which next season. Only the first no near my class niska. So the argument was that one more moshe. So how do you dictate how they use their money? So next season, before Sikanba Kobe account, they should create an account at whatever bank with signatures to it from the GFA, any clubs, which is purely for paying of salaries. Iti yem bam benyasi sikara kodi kwa brani ano bentin bottom. Emo dia koto benz AQGLE.
At the truth room.
On presenting a dossier called US Embassy or Club or Ghana.
GFA.
No call.
We do holidays.
And on understanding here solid. But to be bad, yes, sir. So it's part of that money. The Premier League says it's almost 85%. If you want, we can start 50% because your level of standing over from 30% of that amount of money should go into a chest. That's about paying that. Because football, we can sit down and go back to Congress and then have these things. This is what Congress should be for. You go back to Congress. These are some of the things the PFAG have to push for signing and be saying. We can't excuse them from the political side. Say, oh, the person that owns Lagos 11 Wonders, Council of State, so there is some linkage to certain political Nyamanti, then that is all. No. Cannot be like that. If you compare the people who matter most in the political, you've never even heard the story. And that's why the GFA has to push.
Because you say Clublands is in board now. And Randy Bin says, "Yeah, but league now. Team Bia or qualify will be. I say, who see Kasem.
Auditing of the
so standard.
Auditing of financial accounts, there, that one there. Trust me, the auditors can do the auditing. So
after that,
na make us audit.
You supervise be
you bet me auditing your bro paper. Next can now. See am auditor sheet. What you make us? Now we be in kwa about accounts on funny on only account auditing. Ya okay embassy say for accounts ba no. E audited account to. No for
the enquiries.
Na be make us match no say. No, make sure there.
Abro from teach you.
Obo teach you. No o do be sika hotum. O ko wi na ye free.
So for Fiifi or boy, I near the ballot.
It's the audited accounts, they can audit accounts.
Yeah.
But let us keep part of the money. The clubs have to agree. And yes, sir, if people like Ayala come and say that it is the clubs that are at fault for your club, your league not growing up, you can't fault them. How will you begrudge? Because some pampas, I say league not anymore. You agree that payment of salaries is so now player about oh man lunch, oh man breakfast, oh man supper, and the new being salary near saying rich 700 cities, 1,000 cities, 1,002. What are we doing?
A month.
What are we doing?
A day be around 50 cities.
What are we doing?
And here when we 50 cities.
Ne health course and could proud this was our calling and Nabi a Croatian and Triamano. What are we doing, Rich? We need to enforce it.
So the bottom line is
Rich,
political will. The ESCO of the FA, even though they are parts of the system, no. There are times and Kofa doubting whether they will be able to enforce in your maybe, but they've done it. There were times that people didn't believe say even minimum wage about, because the argument was that but they were bold to bring it, and see, they should enforce in your man getting kitibi. Meet me at Jose in Koma Edi. A home lane now from club licensing to a home lane now.
But can be fast show my mom
political will, a leadership. But so when say, oh, that's how the NSWA. If you sleep on the job, the other brand say a good brand new fee, and the brand becomes not attractive. And then a mom of funny defense any idea and one. Rich, they ensure say the right things are done for the good of Obia.
Requirement you go
exactly.
It
is standard no. The products still be kept for almost serious, and it will attract investment for almost serious. Now, and come here, Rich, how many clubs on both Premier League now?
18, sorry.
Up 18 or more. And we say that yet to say comedy on place in Pembrey. But all says Saba Kupana Eki. Say Omoma Karinina how hard they are using the 1 million, even young apostles. What in common America say? And Bakupo. So why when to me and keep standard no with on penna? I said they are sending in but Bonino rich. So now we na so o me you to so nim.
Yes so na yentwa on kitu abimra. We say we the United fans are suspended you until further notice. Thank you Richardo. You are Judas.